Guys, the Super Review Show here for actually a tribute video to one of my favorite composers, singers, songwriters ever, Jim Steinman. Jim Steinman. If those of you are already saying like, who is Jim Steinman? What are you talking about? I'm talking about the guy who happened to make one of my favorite albums of all time. And this album, just a quick, I know I did a Rock Talk episode on this album. It's called Bat Out of Hell by Meatloaf. I did talk about it briefly there, but this is the actual album. This is a limited edition picture where the vinyl itself is the cover of the album. Unfortunately, Jim Steinman, the creator of basically Meatloaf as a singer and the songwriter for this album, has passed away at the age of 73. I know I don't normally do stuff like this, but when certain actors died, I paid tribute to them. I made a tribute video. This is just another one of those, and I want you guys to look at this. This is side one of this is the album on LP from 1978, 77. Excuse me. Oh my god! Wow, look at that. It's an actual picture photograph. Look at that. This is the cover of the album, Bat Out of Hell. And I love this album to death. And he wrote all of it. Jim Steinman. Hold on, if I can get the back of the thing says Words and Music by Jim Steinman. If you guys can see that right there. But he was a master composer. And I've played his stuff. You know, I know that my laptop's here and you guys can't really see anything else that's around me. But there's a piano right over here, and I do play piano. I've studied his work, and he actually was a brilliant composer. He wrote all of Meatloaf's songs and career. Basically, he wrote them. He also did the music he wrote the song "Total Eclipse of the Heart" by Bonnie Tyler. Jim Steinman wrote it. He also was one of the writers for Celine Dion songs. The guy and "Making Love Out of Nothing at All" by Air Supply. The guy was a genius. Okay, and it's very unfortunate when you hear stuff like some artists like you enter their life or their work at some point, or actor, you enter their life at a certain stage of their career, like, wow, they've been around for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. And you think they'll never die. And sadly, this is a big one from my heart, because I love Steinman. His work on Bat Out of Hell and Bat Out of Hell 2 from 1993. We have to shed some love on that one. I don't have that one on vinyl because it came out in the 90s. I love his work. It's so when you hear it, you kind of know it's Jim Steinman just on the lyrics alone of songs like "Bat Out of Hell," "You Took the Words Right Out of My Mouth," "Heaven Can Wait," "All Revved Up with No Place to Go." This is all songs written by Jim Steinman, and the vocals are done by Meatloaf. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. "Paradise by the Dashboard Light," one of the wedding staples of today. For crying out loud. Funny thing about crying out loud. That song might be one of my favorite underappreciated songs ever. It's 8 minutes long, but who cares? Listen, some movies Lord of the Rings was 3 hours. I didn't like it, but that doesn't mean that people didn't love it. A lot of people loved the Return of the King film because it was long. It was an epic. That song, for crying out loud, if you've never heard this album, I highly recommend it. And all of his work. Everything from Bat Out of Hell, Bat Out of 2, Bat Out of 3, Dead Ringer for Love. What is it? I forget Welcome to the Neighborhood in the mid-90s when he had a couple of hits there too. Jim Steinman was a masterful composer. And I actually... I will miss him as a fan of his work, as a fan of his songs that he wrote, composed, did the whole thing, did all the work. People just played for him. And it's a bummer when stuff like this happens. I remember when David Bowie died. I was like, God damn. And then Glenn Frey. No, not Glenn Frey. I think it was Glenn Frey from the Eagles. There's so many... 2016, we lost a lot of people. This goes right up there with, to me, his work on writing songs was brilliant. And I really do, I am a fan of his. I am a fan of his work, and I love his stuff. So it's a bummer when this happens, like I said. And unfortunately, but luckily, one thing I've noticed was whenever, Eddie Van Halen died last year, right? One of the things I'll always think about like this, the work that they left behind is timeless. and it'll be carried on for generations to come. People will discover this music, and they'll say, you know what? That guy was pretty good. It's so intense. It's so raw. The singer might not be alive, but the fact that you've created something that will live on throughout time is amazing. It's truly timeless. Meatloaf's "Bad Outta Hell." Actually, fun fact: the album still sells a lot of money. Sells copies today, digital, not download wise, not streaming wise, physical download copies of like CDs or not just CDs, like actual like what do you call it? CDs. Actual like vinyl copies. Like it's sold over 50 million copies worldwide of this album right here. 50 million copies of "Bad Outta Hell." That shows you the quality of his songwriting and the quality of his arranging of the songs. The guy's a freaking nut. He was a genius. And it's a bummer when this happens. I cannot emphasize this enough. So, anyways, excuse me, I digress. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any idea, if you love Total Eclipse of the Heart, if you love Air Supply, if you love Meatloaf, if you love Celine Dion or any of his work, or just Jim Steinman as a fan, please jump down in the comment section below. Please share your thoughts and love for him. He will be missed. Jim Steinman has been passed away at the age of 73. God rest his soul. He is a masterful composer, and he will be missed. But his work is timeless and will never be forgotten. So I hope all is well. And Jim, God bless you, man. You did a lot of work over the years, and you are awesome, and I will forever miss you. But for this quick tribute to Jim Steinman for the Super Review Show, the J-Man is off to rock, and he was a "Bad Outta Hell, and I'll see you guys later.